Oh my god, I hit the button. Oh, gee, it's happening.
It is happening.
It's happening again! Oh no!
It's happening, and we don't see our beautiful faces this time, but we will.
What do you mean?
At some point.
We do see our
Or
faces.
I don't know, do we? Oh
Yeah.
my god, I didn't... Oh,
I'm
looking at the...
not sharing the output of the stream. I'm sharing just Hearthstone.
I thought, good thing I wasn't straight up naked.
I mean, that could have been fun.
Could it have been?
Well, no, we would have gotten a strike on the channel, and that would have been a whole thing.
Listen, YouTube, it's not a crime. Just let me be a little...
Hey man, I've walked into Walmart naked. That's the rule, right? Just wear what, as long as you would walk into Walmart.
Oh right, I forgot about that. That's...
Oh, you know what? That's that other streaming platform that we shouldn't say, or else every time we do,
we're not allowed to talk about, or we will get banned from
maybe
YouTube.
Oh, my mic's doing that fun thing it does.
Oh, that's sweet. I love to hear that. Hey, speaking of the fun thing we do,
what
what's going on? What are we
Hey,
here
it's a Whizbang Ladder Bros.
Hey, we're the Whizbang Ladder Bros.
We are the Whizbang Ladder Bros. I'm Greg. This is Giovanni. And
hey, everybody.
So
this is this is a show in which Greg and I Greg plays some Hearthstone with the Whizbang deck, which gives him a random hand.
Let's review that deck real quick.
Let's review the deck real quick.
Whizbang is wonderful. It has one card in it. It's Whizbang, wonderful. You start the game with one of Whizbang's wonderful decks, and that's it. So you're gonna get one of 18 different decks. And yeah, so we played a few last time, right?
Yeah, we did. Yes.
We ended up exactly where we left off. I haven't played Hearthstone intentionally. I have not played Hearthstone since then.
Oh, good. So last time, can we review? We did okay. We crushed one or two of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We literally ended up back at the exact same rank that we started.
Yeah.
Gee, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Are you feeling lucky?
I'm never feeling lucky when it comes to this, but why? Why do you ask?
Well, let's open 3 packs. Because a new solo adventure just came out, and they are giving everyone 3 packs in celebration.
Oh, that sounds good.
Listen to that. Listen to that sound that you can't hear.
If you're wondering why, by the way, everybody, I'm looking like down. I'm just trying to figure out how to spell evanescence. Because the other part of this show is that we analyze on this show retail rock and music from the 2000s. And today, part of today's show, a little bit later, we'll be looking at the lyrics of an Evanescence hit. Greg, how are these packs?
They're fine. Oh, wait, that's really good. Hey, we got a legendary.
Oh, that's good.
The
it's
legendary.
Matter, right?
Huh? Oh, it doesn't matter for us. But it's the legendary Warlock card. Warlock spell. Draw 3 cards at the end of your turn. Discard them. It's not great. It's like okay. Like you draw 3 cards. Drawing 3 cards for 1 mana is pretty strong. Okay. Now, should we take a peek at the solo adventure, see what's going on with that, or?
Yeah, we might as well, just to diversify. We'll call this like our new section of the show, right? Where it's like, hey, this is what's happening in Hearthstone.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Hey, comma, what's happening in Hearthstone?
Great.
Question mark.
So this is the Puzzle Lab, where you are basically an intern for Dr. Boom's laboratory. So
you're unpaid.
We're unpaid, overworked, running for coffee.
Oh, good. I would love if Hearthstone had a mode where you just had to get people coffee.
I mean,
that's really what is lacking.
Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different labs that we can go into. One seems to be focused on lethal, the other one's on mirror, the other one's on board clearing, the other one's on survival, and I don't know what these are.
All right, you want to try one of them out? I mean, just to get us warmed up for some Whizbang? Yeah. Or can you use Whizbang in these?
I don't know. No, I think it gives you a random, like, deck.
Well, that's in the spirit of the show.
Actually, I don't think it gives you a random deck. I think it gives you a specific deck for this.
Okay, well, again, in the spirit of us not making our own decks and whiz banging about.
All right, so the goal is to destroy the enemy hero. Cool.
Okay, that's easy enough. This would be a good warm-up. You know, we've got a Herculean task ahead of us. What's our win? Do you remember what our win ratio is so far with Whizbang?
I think it's 50-50.
50-50 is pretty good.
Destroy the enemy hero, 1 out of 9. Wait, why do I have 1 out of 9? Okay.
Uh-oh, is this going to be a 9-part thing? Oh, but they only have 9 health.
Oh, wait, this sets up a... Oh.
Oh, it's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh. That's actually kind of neat.
Yeah, I got him.
You have to do it in 1 turn?
Pretty much. I didn't actually check the enemy thing. It may have been like feed me poison and I would have died.
So you have 4 mana.
Okay, now it's a new puzzle.
Okay.
Good poisons work instantly. So yeah, I think I have to kill him 1 turn.
In 1, which you just did. Easy.
Okay, but now I have to do it. I have to do it 9 times. I see.
So is this a brand new mode? Like what is this? This actually is kind of cool.
This is absolutely brand spanking new.
Since we played last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this creature gets an additional attack every time I cast the spell. Pretty good. This spell freezes someone and deals 3 damage. This one deals 4 damage if they're already frozen. So I have for 3 mana, I can do 7 damage, plus this will have 2, so I can kill him now. Okay. So
great.
3.
There you go.
7.
A little bit of a math puzzle here, right?
You know I love the maths.
Honestly, when I play Hearthstone, I'm always thinking about math.
And next puzzle. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I'm a shaman now. I was a mage before. Battle boar. Oh, I have 6.
Is this gonna work? Yeah.
So
easy.
He's at 12.
You just know.
So, okay. So I need this bad boy. That's the boar.
So what do you get for doing this?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe
they'll give us more Whizbang options.
That'd be great. So I think I need to give him, if I do this, give him Wind Fury, then I only need to get him up to 6, which I can do with these 2. Okay, so Wind Fury means I only need to get him up to 6 power. Yeah. That gives him 3. This gives him 2 more. Bazinga.
Bazinga. That's what it says every time you kill an enemy in Hearthstone.
Praise our Lord and Savior. Ooh, stand by me. Okay. It's
my favorite. Is this? So wait, do you get like a bunch of bees to attack with in this?
Boo.
It's a pretty good one.
It's like okay.
Has anyone ever seen Stand By Me? I feel like it's this cultural phenomenon, like the bee
that no one's ever seen.
I've like never seen it.
Wow.
Chat, that classic Whizbang Ladder Bros catchphrase, Bazinga. Yes, that's the one that we invented on Whizbang Ladder Bros.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Bazinga.
Hi, I'm the old Sheldon. I'm here with the internet Sheldon.
I'm the new Sheldon, same as the old Sheldon.
Old Sheldon, young Sheldon, Benjamin Button.
Wow. Wow.
Anyways, this is a good warm-up. So what puzzle are we on? We're on 7?
5.
5. Well, I can't. Nope.
Man.
The ancient Sheldon. Yes. Greg should be. You got to be the ancient Sheldon.
That's me. You know it.
Oh, mamma mia, y'all.
Here I go again.
All right.
So, I think I figured this one out. So this guy gets +1 attack every time a minion is dealt damage.
A minion.
A minion, yeah. So we're crossing the universe.
Do you think Hearthstone would ever do like a crossover with like some pop culture thing? You know, like Fortnite did the Thanos thing, right? Like, what if Hearthstone was like new minions pack? It was like, oh, new card. It's the ancient minion.
Hold on, I have to reset the puzzle.
Oh, okay, that's fine. It'll give you more time to think about how cool this would be.
Oh God.
Think about it. You're just like, you get like, oh, a new pack, cool, a new expansion out, and you like open it, and it just flips, and there's this like hulking yellow one-eyed beast, and it was like the ancient minion, and you knew deep down it was the minion.
The minion?
The minion. There's actually only one minion. He just like, multiplies himself.
Is that Dave?
Who is the minion?
Yeah. Is the minion's name Dave?
Yeah, the minion's name is Dave, and he's the star of Meet Dave, the Minion story.
Wow. Wow.
Meet Dave, a Star Wars story.
Wow. Remember when we were going to talk about other things?
Well, we will talk about those. I'm just kind of getting, as we get through these opening puzzles, we're getting hyped to talk about the meat of this show, which, as our viewers know, is 2000s retail rock. And contemporary pop. But I'm just warming us up with a little bit of, just some movie references to really like liven up this Hearthstone experience. What other characters from third parties would you like to see in Hearthstone, for movies specifically? We know we want the minion, and we know we want the bees from Stand By Me.
Forgot about the bees from Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else? If you had to pick one, just give me one right now.
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Chat as well. Chat, let us know what movie character you'd like to see as a card in the next Hearthstone expansion, and we'll let Blizzard know. Greg, what do you got?
Stings. See, it's like bees. Can we get the Spike from the Land Before Time?
Yes. Dinosaur pack, whole crew of Land Before Time, straight up. That sounds great. I like that a lot, actually. Good choice.
Thanks,
Very
man.
Good choice.
What's your pick?
Other than the minion and the bees?
Uh-huh.
Well, first of all, chat saying... our good friend Colin saying, do you think the bees from Stand By Me are related to the bees from Bee Movie? And the answer is yes. Bee Movie is a direct prequel to Stand By Me, obviously. I'd love to see the Boss Baby in here.
Oh God.
Just let's be real. Just get the Boss Baby in.
Mm-hmm.
He deals 5 damage. He's like a 5/9.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he puts everyone to sleep. Or was there like an ability in Hearthstone where it's like, ooh, like this is too cute, I don't want to kill it, like Pokemon has.
Maybe.
Sick. So we're just going to assume the answer to that is yes,
and
that's what the Boss Baby's ability is.
I really just like this line of questioning is painful.
You don't like it? Okay. Well, which thing are we on here?
We're on... Man, I
7.
didn't mean to do that at all.
All right, then we'll get into the meat of today. Boss Baby is a class traitor.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Well, what a Boss Baby? Everything can't kill it. There's stealth. You could give it stealth, which means it can't be targeted by anything.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, because like a Boss Baby's too sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he just like gets into so many things.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess why don't we get into the meat of why we're here today? Welcome to 5 for 5 for fighting. It's the show within the show. This is Whizbang Ladder Bros, but it's also 5 for 5 for fighting, where we discuss the latest in retail rock nostalgia from the 2000s.
Okay.
I want to discuss a really specific one today.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into our lyric analysis portion a little bit later in the show. In the stream today.
Okay.
Yes, and we have a request specifically. It's gonna happen. But I want to talk about a specific retail rock song or retail pop song that during my time at I think Coho's, the old company owned by Burlington Coat Factory, no longer around. R.I.P. Coho's. Would play a lot, and I just am wondering what happened to the band who did it.
I'm sorry, I just did 32 damage to that guy.
That's good, I suppose.
Whoa, this is a full board. Holy shit. This is the last puzzle, and it is very confusing. Destroy all friendly minions. Oh. I figured it out.
Oh, good. That's good. So, what I was gonna say is... Sorry, I'm texting as I do this. Do you remember a song by the band Morningwood called "To the Nth Degree"? I don't know if that was the name of it.
Yeah.
Something like "To the Nth Degree."
To the Nth Degree.
So, when that song came out, I think it was like...
here we go. Come on the radio. Come on, everybody. And to the Nth Degree.
Yeah.
Everybody, let's go! Oh, I see. So I do one, and then... Okay, sorry. So it appears that, like, as you go through, you get them, and then if I unlock the lethal wing, I get something down here.
Okay, that's good.
Interesting. Anyway, continue. Nth Degree.
Yes. To the Nth Degree, or it was just called Nth Degree by Morningwood, and for whatever reason, when I worked at Coho's, there was a period where that song would come on so often, and, like, it didn't sound like the other songs that would come on, and it was the first time where I was like, is this, like, actually, like, a cool indie song, and it's just being mixed in with this, and it makes it seem really lame? Like, was Morningwood a cool band, or were they, like, a not cool band? Do you know anything about Morningwood?
Do I know anything about them personally?
Not like, I don't, like, need to know where they live, or, like, who...
Oh.
You know, but, like, was the band were they, like, a cool indie rock band, or were they, like,
I think they were, like, one of those, like, some label is gonna attach themselves to them bands. And go, like, these guys are the next thing, because we said so.
Yes.
But I enjoyed at least that one song. Probably a little bit too much.
It was kind of a fun song, but, like, the thing about working in retail is, like, every song that you hear every day suddenly becomes terrible after, like, your 600th time hearing it.
Yeah.
So I, like, went through a real journey with that song, being like, oh, this is really cool, to, like, oh, is this really cool? To, like, I can't hear this song any more times.
Okay.
So this is kind of leading me into a deep dive on Morningwood, the band, and I guess maybe this is a new segment here where we talk about we pick a band that seems to have disappeared from the face of the earth after being a retail hit, and we find out what happened to them. What do you think about that?
Sure.
Okay. So Morningwood, apparently they were a New York City band founded in 2001. I think that song must have come out like 2006, 2005, probably 2006, right? That lines up.
Sure.
So here's some interesting deets on them.
Oh, okay.
We were trying to figure out if they were cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their second album was put out by VH1 Records, which I feel like immediately makes them very uncool.
Yeah, VH1, like, a lot of people go for the, like, kind of cool, like, you know, like, MTV's pretty cool, but...
Right.
You know it's not cool at all?
Yeah.
VH1. VH1's not cool at all.
VH1 was like the Rolling Stone of, like, music TV, where it was like, yeah, we're cool, like, we're hip, we're with it, but, like, at the end of the day, they were like, here's a YouTube video.
Yeah.
This is the hot new shit.
Jay, do you want to know, do you want to look behind the music?
Well, that's officially the name of this segment, is Behind the Music now, so that's good.
Oh, great, I'm glad I already picked a different... Wait, why did you make me title... Anyway,
Make you title what? We're gonna get to the meat of the show.
Okay.
Shortly. Okay, let me spoil it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In a moment, we're gonna analyze the lyrics to Evanescence's "Bring Me to Life," and we're gonna go through it line by line and talk, which is the true point of this show, and why we do this stream. is to analyze the lyrics of retail rock songs. I'm getting us to that point by having us talk about, you know, something to warm us up, right?
Yeah.
How's your Whizbang going, by the way?
It's chugging right along. Oh,
right. What deck did you end up with here?
This is this isn't a Whizbang. I'm still doing a thing.
Okay, stop me when we get to a Whizbang deck.
Like an actual thing, yeah.
An actual thing. Okay, so moral of the story, Morningwood was active from 2001 to 2012. They had 2 albums. They split for indefinite hiatus, came back in 2012 for a tour, and then played their last show. And now they're all solo and doing Broadway and stuff. So one-hit wonder, essentially. They had like 3 singles, but I think Nth Degree from 2005 was the only one that made it anywhere. But they probably got a lot of royalties from co-hosts. So that's your behind the music for the day.
That's
the sound
behind the music.
Yep. Thank you. That's what plays every time we do this segment. So what did you move on to, by the way, with the puzzles here?
So it's still
a different thing.
It's a different kind. It's like a more complex lethal. It's still try to destroy the enemy hero. So I'm trying to do that.
Okay. And what did you get for completing the first set? I wasn't paying attention.
It just unlocked this next one.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I guess that takes us to the big attraction of this show. Why people tune in. I know we're only 20 minutes in, but this is, I think, time. This is the song we're focusing on in this episode is I don't really know if I would call this retail rock necessarily.
It took the world by storm.
They took the world by storm. They probably took like Hollister's by storm. Like Abercrombie, like I'm thinking like retail stores that were like had a little bit of edge to them. Probably this came up in, and if anybody worked in like a Hollister or something, let us know in the comments if this was a thing. But today we're talking about a band that took the world by storm with their kind of one-hit wonder. I think maybe they had a hit after. I'm not sure. But this is of course Evanescence, and this is the classic hit song "Bring Me to Life."
Yeah.
So before we get into the lyrics, Greg, what are your thoughts on this song? Do you love this song? Do you have an opinion on it at all?
Well, I can tell you what you can do for me right now.
Yes.
You can after the segment's over, you can wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
My name is Hey.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, I guess let's get into the lyrics here.
Okay.
So before we get into the lyrics, what do you think this song is about?
Someone who is sleeping and they don't want to be. It's a nightmare.
Oh, okay. It's like waking up from a nightmare.
They're having a nightmare and they would like to wake up.
Let's see if we can figure out what this song is about, or if it... I didn't look up the lyrics beforehand for this one, so I don't have a theory on it, like we did for James Blunt's You're Beautiful, which if you missed the first episode, talked a lot about James Blunt's You're Beautiful.
James Blunt's.
James Bunt Cakes, You're Beautiful. You're a beautiful...
We did a good job cooking the books.
Gotta do the cooking by the books. My favorite James Blunt song. My favorite one.
It is.
Okay. You know what? And in fact, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna bring up the Genius page for this. So if we have any questions about the lyrics at any point, we're gonna just stop me and be like, wait, can you give me the annotation on that? And we'll confirm.
Okay.
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 So let's start with Amy Lee's opening verse. Of course. We have the kind of like ambient keyboard type thing going on. She comes in crooning. How can you see into my eyes like open doors? Okay.
How can you though? If you think about it.
I don't know.
I mean, like, think about it though. How can you?
I mean, the eyes are open, so it's not like that hard to imagine, like looking into an open door. if they were closed, which she is sleeping in the song, so maybe. Okay, I just wanna point this out real quick before I get to the second line, which is usually the sidebar on Genius like really tells you what the song is about in a couple of sentences, like the basis of it.
Okay.
The 2 sentences at the top of it are, "Evanescence's Bring Me to Life speaks from the heart. It is inspired from the desire to make the most out of italics life." so that's really what we're working with to start here. So that's good. Okay, how can you see into my eyes? Like open doors, leading you down into my core. It's kind of forced. Okay. Where I've become so numb without a soul. My spirit's sleeping somewhere cold. So here, obviously, we get the sleeping metaphor in immediately. Until you find it there and lead it back home. So I guess that verse sets us up for it to be like, my soul is numb, and I need you to come into me. Whoop. I need you to wake me up and bring my soul back, right?
Sure.
Okay. That's our setup. Then we get to the chorus immediately. Amy Lee and Paul McCoy. Wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Wake me up inside. Save me. Call my name and save me from the dark. Wake me up. Bid my blood to run. Which, by the way, probably I've never known that line in my life until this moment.
Yeah.
I just want to read real quick the Genius annotation on this one, because I was curious. Says, she wants him to help her feel alive by bidding her blood to run throughout her body. Parentheses, you need an active pulse to be alive. 19 upvotes. Can't argue with that one. That's like a unanimous decision that people were like, yeah, that's right.
You need it.
That's totally right.
It's a fucking fact, man.
That's a fact. You just need blood. I mean, yeah.
We all need blood sometimes, you know?
I can't wake up before I come undone. Save me from the nothing I've become. So, like, I feel like this era, right? Like, what year is this from? Let's look that up real quick. Because I feel like, 2003. I feel like this era of music, like, the concept of being very numb was just kind of like the thing.
Okay.
And I kind of wonder if that's coming off like that 90s apathy, right? The, like, kind of Nirvana-ish apathy, and it kind of forming into this, like, actually, I don't really like being like this, you know? It's actually it kind of sucks.
Okay.
That's my theory, right? That's like why that started being a thing. Like, you had Linkin Park, I've become so numb. You had Linkin Park, I can't feel the way I did before. You had Linkin Park's I Want to Feel, I Want to Heal. Like, there was a lot of Linkin Park songs about not feeling anything. And also this one Evanescence song, and probably like a Hoobastank song as well.
No, Hoobastank was much more positive, I feel like.
That's true. They found a reason to be.
God damn it.
It's like, it's getting close to what, like...
Okay, God, all these songs are flooding back into my head.
Yeah, it's crawling in your head. Crawling in the dark, searching for the answers. But, like, you know, there was this, like, running theme, right? So...
Sure.
Yeah, maybe not Hoobastank as much, but definitely a lot of Linkin Park songs. One time I sat down and I counted how many times they said the word feel on Linkin Park's Meteora, and it was more times than there were minutes on the album.
Oh, fun.
It had like at least like a 1 feel per minute ratio.
Some strong feels.
They had some strong feels. R.I.P. Legit. R.I.P. Verse 2. Back to Amy Lee. Now that I know what I'm without, you can't just leave me. Breathe into me and make me real. Bring me to life. Things get a little confusing here.
Okay.
I don't know what the breathe into me is supposed to be.
Yeah.
The annotations just say, Oh my god.
Okay,
that's
not a good sign.
There's an annotation here and then a comment on the annotation, and the comment actually has more upvotes. So the main annotation says, now that she sees how bad her life is, she wants to wake up from her delusions of happiness so that she can fix everything. Which I guess is, like, fair, right? This is, like, a song about coming out of numbness and wanting somebody to bring you out of this apathy and be better. Mm-hmm. Comment on it, which has one more upvote, it has 12 upvotes, says, reference to God's breath of life. She wants to finally start living.
Okay.
Was Evanescence a Christian band?
I think they just, like... maybe they had some overtones.
I'll look it up. I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, it would make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like... So, Evanescence was formed at a youth camp in Little Rock, where Moody heard Amy Lee playing a Meatloaf song on the piano.
Oh my god. This is beautiful.
Evanescence was formed? They were formed at a youth camp because one of them heard the other playing Meatloaf?
Can we change that fiction so that it's them playing a Meatloaf?
Yes, they're a Meatloaf cover band. Colin said coming at you 1,000 feels per minute.
No. Not a Meatloaf cover band. I want them to have been playing a loaf of meat.
Yes.
Okay.
They were playing not the artist Meatloaf, but the delicious home comfort food Meatloaf.
Yes.
I'm glad I looked into this. I expected to find out that they were Christian, but instead I found out something much better. I'm just going to do a search in here for Christian.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I found a hit here. In the musical styles and influences section, we have a lot of information about this. Evanescence was originally promoted in Christian stores. Later, the band made it clear that they did not want to be considered part of the Christian rock genre.
Okay.
Terry Hemming, CEO of Christian music distributor Provident, expressed puzzlement at the band's about-face, saying, they clearly understood the album would be sold in these Christian music channels. After many Christian stores began to remove the band's music from their shelves, Wind Up Records chairman Alan Meltzer then issued a press release in April 2003 requesting formally that they do this. In 2006, Amy Lee told Billboard that she had opposed the Christian band identification from the beginning, calling it a Ben thing. Okay. So the other member of the band, Ben Moody, who is no longer in the band, no longer in the band, was like the Christian influence, and Amy Lee was kind of like along for the ride until it was like, oh, this is too Christian. Colin says Neon Evanescence.
Neon Genesis Evanescence Skillion.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
Please bring us more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's good.
Wake us up with more of that.
Wake us up with more of that. Okay, if we get back to the hook, same thing. You know.
Yeah.
Bid my blood to run.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah. There's really only a couple.
I'm having trouble with this puzzle.
Yeah. Should we check in with how the Hearthstone's going real quick before we get into the next verse?
You know, the thing that is taking up most of the screen.
Yeah, the thing that is actually on screen. How's this going?
So this is the first one of the little stormy one, and I haven't been able to crack it yet, which is frustrating. I also don't play a lot of Paladin, so this is it's rough.
Is this Paladins related?
No, I mean, no. The class I am is a Paladin.
Oh, I thought there was like a Paladins crossover in this. You understand why I'd be confused. About Hearthstone.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So if I do these two, I'll take 4 damage out of them, and his board will be clear. And then I can do another 7, so that's 11. Okay. But then I only have 2 more damage that I can do.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be the play.
Okay.
So I don't know, man. This is tough.
Yeah, it seems like you're stumped here. What puzzle are you on? Out of how many?
This is 1 out of 7.
Okay. So you moved up a class in between.
I did.
Okay.
While you weren't looking, yeah.
While I was reading the lyrics, wake me up inside. Speaking of which, let's get into this.
Okay.
So we get to the bridge. This is pretty simple. Bring me to life. I've been living a lie. There's nothing inside. Bring me to life. Nothing really here. I'm looking at the annotation. The verse emphasizes she can't remember who she is as she was caught up with who she was supposed to be. Pretty generic here, I guess. That's fair. Interlude, frozen inside without your touch, without your love, darling. Only you are the life among the dead. Real gothy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's some
grade A goth.
Yeah, and it takes such a turn. Like, I mean, it's pretty gothy throughout. You know, like being numb in my soul, but like that really takes it to the next level. I like that a lot.
You know what I just realized is it kind of reminds me of the bridge of Metallica for some reason.
Which one?
Enter
Sandman?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a detour real quick.
I don't know why it does that, but it does.
So we're talking about the bridge of Enter Sandman?
Yeah, like, hush, little baby, don't say a word.
Okay, yeah. Hush, little baby, don't say a word, and never mind that noise it's just the beast under your bed, in your closet, in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we get a dream connection between those, or like a sleeping connection between them, and like sleeping among the dead and those things. So I definitely see that.
Colin's asking what this weapon is. For 4, I can get 4 damage basically. But if I wanted to attack with a weapon, then I might want to have Tyrion die somehow. And actually, if I do this, no, that's not what I want to do. Shit. Damn it. I wonder if I must be able to attack with Tyrion into his face and then kill it with that combo that I just did.
Okay.
But I need to also use that to clear his... Hold on. Anyway, you were saying?
Oh, no big deal. I was just about to get to my favorite verse of the song, actually.
Oh, okay, great.
My favorite part of the song, and I think you know this part. It's kind of like a back and forth verse that's like a bit of a rap. Because, of course, like, we're kind of in that, like, weird new metal, like, awkward transition there, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of this time, I can't believe I couldn't see. Kept in the dark, but you were there in front of me. I've been sleeping 1,000 years, it seems. Got to open my eyes to everything. Without a thought, without a voice, without a soul. Don't let me die here. There must be something more. Bring me to life.
I forgot about that part.
That's like, I don't know how. That's like the only part of the song where I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
I think sick. That's the part where I was like, oh God, kill me. Get this away from my ears.
I also feel that.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the worst part of the song, but
yeah,
it's also kind of dynamic. They go back and forth. It's like kind of interesting, you know. You have these two characters in the song, right? And like
us,
much like us.
We
should have just read these ones back and forth, I guess.
Yeah.
This also like completely changes the song. Like it adds this second character here. And I guess the second character's kind of there in the chorus, but it's suddenly like, you know, this guy comes in and is like, you know, I know, I guess it's consistent, because Amy Lee's the one who says, I've been sleeping 1,000 years, it seems, I've got to open my eyes to everything. I guess this makes sense in the way that this song makes sense, right? There's a consistent thing here.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Chorus again, and then all we have left here is, of course, the outro. That is, bring me to life. I've been living a lie. There's nothing left inside. Bring me to life. So that's kind of it. And just to shed a little bit of extra light onto this, I guess, is it worth reading? Let's see. I've got like a couple of quotes from Amy Lee. about what it's inspired by.
So some insight straight from the source.
Yeah, and it's like it comes from a real place. Like I'm not gonna sit here and shit on Amy Lee for writing this because it's like inspired by her husband. It came from a time when she was in a bad place in a relationship and going through a hard time. He sat across from me when we went to reserve a table and looked me dead in the eye and said, "Are you happy?" And it shocked my heart. And I looked down and just started making up excuses. So that's interesting. It inspired the whole song. That's like actually kind of like an interesting story behind it, I'm into that.
Yeah.
Now also don't forget that this song comes from not just Evanescence's album, Charge Boy Before Pyro says
Yeah, I got the chat open.
Okay, good.
I think I almost have it.
Now, do you remember where this song is actually from? Other than like their album?
Was it Underworld?
No, but you're close. You're very close.
I don't know.
This song is from the soundtrack for the original motion picture, Daredevil.
Oh, God.
Ben Affleck's Daredevil, featuring Bring Me to Life.
Wow.
Yeah. This if you had to explain the early 2000s music scene to somebody,
yeah,
you would give them this soundtrack. It contains the following bands.
Okay.
Fuel.
Great.
Saliva.
Saw them live.
Seether.
Yep.
Nickelback.
Also saw them live.
Drowning Pool featuring Rob Zombie.
Wow.
Which, like, sick. That's
what else
really
can you
good.
ask for, really?
What else can you ask for? Well, you could also ask for Chevelle.
Love them.
Hoobastank.
Also love them.
Finger 11.
Could leave them.
And Moby.
Wow. Really rounding that one out, huh?
Yeah, there's some others on here, but those are definitely the highlights of the Daredevil soundtrack. Okay. And people wonder why that movie didn't do well.
I saw a tweet recently that was like, if you took somebody who hadn't read any comic books or seen any pop culture or anything, and you sat them down and said, hey, there's a millionaire adrenaline junkie who fights crime, and then there's this other guy who's blind and uses echolocation to fight and find stuff, and one of them's named Daredevil and one of them's named Batman, and then you told them the truth, they'd fucking kill you. I'm paraphrasing, but yeah.
That's a good paraphrase. Thank you for that.
Yeah, anytime. You know I'm good for a paraphrase.
The Daredevil soundtrack is really making me think back to, like, was the problem with old superhero movies before Marvel Studios, Pyro has to kill Tyrion? Okay.
Yes, it does, Colin.
Yes, good call. Is the problem with old superhero movies before Marvel Studios that they just had really bad soundtracks? Is that what, like, really messed it up?
No? I don't think that's what did it.
Okay.
I don't think that's what did them in.
Because, I mean, like, if we're talking about other soundtracks, right, to movies like this, let's what else do we have here? Yeah, I guess we're doing this now. Let me see. I'm gonna get something up real quick because there's a couple things that I have in mind. Okay. Specifically, I want to go back to the Spider-Man soundtrack for the original Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Specifically, Spider-Man 2 soundtrack.
Man, I do love me some Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, one of the best comic book movies. I'll stand by it still. Definitely like the best pre-Marvel Studios comic book movie, easily, right?
Yeah. No contest.
Now, soundtrack.
Okay.
This is 2004, so a year after Daredevil. Of course, I'm gonna start with the big one.
Yeah.
Because it's the first song on, and then it's what it was famous for. Vindicated by Dashboard Confessional.
Vindicated, yes, but Vindicated was one of the songs like I remember seeing Spider-Man and being like, man, this is such a great movie. Oh, whatever. And then like going and hearing Vindicated on the radio and then being like, oh, it's from Spider-Man 2. But also I'm gonna quit this and go do at least one Whizbang game so that we get that in.
We have to head out soon.
And I didn't realize, like, I had no idea it was on. I know it played over the credits. I was not paying attention. Like, I left and was going to go.
Do you think the whole reason they like put that song in the movie is because it had the opening line of "Hope dangles on a string"?
Yes, 100%. Like, that's exactly why they did that.
Like, they just heard that lyric and they were like Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like the Spider-Man.
Well, it's MJ's dangling on the web.
Right.
Yeah.
But like this soundtrack is even more 2004. I think this soundtrack, if you look at the artist, might actually be even more like I feel like the Daredevil one, looking back on it, was like a little alt mainstream.
Okay.
But here, Dashboard Confessional, Train. Hoobastank again.
Oh, great.
Jet.
Glad to see him. Jet. Interesting.
Jet. Very interesting. All I ever remember about Jet, other than they're like two, is that there was an old Pitchfork review of one of their albums back in the day, and when you opened it, the only thing in the body of the review was a video of a gorilla drinking its own pee.
Oh, great.
Just like peeing right into its mouth, and I always remember that. Because I remember thinking, that's funny, but also fuck these guys.
Like, you mean Pitchfork or Jet?
Yeah, like fuck Pitchfork, well Jet, but fuck everyone involved in this decision. Then Yellow Card.
Oh, now that's what I'm talking about.
Right? Not one of their like big hits, but like I love me some Yellow Card. That was a big part of my 2004. Then we get Maroon 5.
Wow, didn't expect to see them here.
Because they're too big now, but back then it was like, yeah, they're on like, Hoobastank and Train level.
I guess that's fair, yeah.
Pre-move like Jagger.
They're also very different than what they were.
Yes, that's true. Then of course we get Taking Back Sunday.
Of course.
Who did we talk about Taking Back Sunday last episode? Was that the band where we were like, I don't remember what this band actually sounds like?
No, that was
Five for Fighting.
Five for Fighting,
right.
Five for Fighting.
Five for Fighting. Then we have Lost Prophets.
Okay.
Who I vaguely remember.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard a song by them, but I like remember their name. Really, like the back half of this is all bands where I'm like, I know that's a band, but I don't remember why I know that that's a band.
I know it's a band, I don't know why.
I don't know why they are a band. Because then it's Smile Empty Soul.
Wow, okay.
Do you remember that band?
I have zero ideas as to what that is.
They had a song called Bottom of a Bottle, and I think that was their hit.
No. Yeah. I was about to start staring down the barrel of a 45.
That's what I thought immediately when I read it, but no, it is not that.
That's what I gravitated towards, because...
Yeah. And then finally, there are a couple others on here, but the last big one here, Classic, and another band where I'm like, did I know a song by them? The Ataris.
Yeah, that's one that Dave would know the answer to.
Yeah, I want to see if I can find their list of singles.
Colin's pointing out that 45 is Shinedown. Thank you, Colin.
Thank you. That's very good. Promotional singles for the Ataris. This is just a list. Here we go. Singles. The Boys of Summer. They did a cover of The Boys of Summer, and that's what they were famous for. You remember that?
Yeah.
All right.
I can feel you. I look after the boys of summer have gone. I can't quite remember all of the lyrics clearly, obviously.
I think that's what it sounded like, more or less.
More or less that.
Yeah, so I think the moral of the story for today, we kind of like got away from a little bit and got into like moody, again, like I think like maybe Hot Topic rock. This counts, right?
Yeah, that's a retail store.
That's retail. Yeah, this was like specifically a Hot Topic episode, I guess. These songs probably still play in Hot Topic, actually, I would imagine.
True.
Like, what's their aesthetic now?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I literally could not tell you. Yeah, I always remember those soundtracks, and then I remember the Mission Impossible soundtrack, so being a bit of that as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember that soundtrack? It's actually kind of good.
Yeah? Do you want to pull it up? I still got a bit to go in this game, so...
We've still got a little bit to go, so I'll just do it. Yeah, it had Limp Bizkit, that, like, kind of cool Limp Bizkit song. That was, like, the MI2 theme. It had I Disappear by Metallica, which is, like, kind of a good...
Yeah. I had that on a mix CD.
It's a good... Yeah, me too. Definitely me too. It had Scum of the Earth by Rob Zombie, which is, like, kind of a banger.
Uh-huh.
And those are, like, the main ones. And then it's just got, like, random stuff after that. Like, it's got some Butthole Surfers. It has Foo Fighters covering Pink Floyd.
Whoa.
It has Chris Cornell, Godsmack, Uncle Kracker.
I do love some Godsmack.
Yeah, we do love some Godsmack. They had a song on it called Going Down. I can't remember if I remember that one. But, meh.
Right.
Yeah, Buckcherry. Tori Amos?
Wow. Okay.
With all of these soundtracks, there's just like
always one in there that you're like, oh.
Yeah, one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah.
So that's Tori Amos for that one. Anyways, that's that kind of trend of Hot Topic rock. If you want to hear a specific song's lyrics analyzed on the next episode of Whizbang Ladder Bros, by the way, let us know in the comments or tweet us or whatever. If you're watching this on demand, just throw it in the comments. We'll see it. If you're watching now, throw it in there, and we'll get to it next time. But the basis of this show, of course, every episode is that we go over some retail rock,
and we play Hearthstone.
Sure. Yeah.
Whizbang is okay.
Yeah. How is Whizbang going, by the way? What deck is this?
This is a Druid deck. It seems to be kind of Death Rattle / Taunt based, and a little bit of Recruit. I'm not entirely sure actually how it's supposed to work. My opponent is playing an Elemental Mage, and they've stabilized really well. Like they've done a really good job stabilizing. I put the wrong thing under my Carnivorous Cube. When you use Carnivorous Cube, you destroy a friendly minion, and then when it dies, you get 2 of them back. Which is usually pretty nice, and I should have comboed it with something useful, and I didn't do that. So now I'm kind of scrambling.
That's not great. That's not great.
It's not great, Chi. It's not great at all. It's not great at all.
I should also say, if you don't want to miss an episode of Whizbang Ladder Bros, this exciting new world that we have entered into for Left Trigger, Right Trigger, you can subscribe to this channel down below. Never miss an episode. You just don't want to miss it.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it. You're going to love the way you look.
Maybe next episode we'll talk a little bit about 2000s to kick us off. I don't know.
About 2000s? What?
Was that a 2000s commercial? Or was that later?
I think
that's like that commercial, Infinite, right?
Yeah, it's been around forever.
Were you about to say it's been a while?
No, I was not actually. I was legitimately not about to say that.
Okay, but you know why I would think that you were.
Yeah, I could understand that, I guess.
All right. If no one has a request, that I've got one in the pipe now.
Okay. Well, we'll wait to see because there's still the VOD.
You've got like a week or two, so if we got a backup, if no one has lyrics they want analyzed on next next week or the next episode of the Whizbang Ladder Bros. It looks like you're kind of slowly getting behind here, by the way.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Have you played with this deck before? Was this one of the ones?
No, this is a new one for sure.
So what is this deck? How do you feel about it?
I think it's mostly try to just stabilize and get huge and not let them
get huge.
Yeah, it's all about getting huge.
It's all about getting very big.
I just like become very survivable and be like, that's cool. Anyway, and then you try to mill them out. But I don't have any cards that make them draw cards, which usually mill decks have.
I guess.
So I'm a little confused.
I guess we should since we haven't seen this deck before, we should do what we did last episode and ask what 2000s retail rock band fits the tone of this deck the best, right?
Okay.
The two monsters you have out right now are like very kind of gritty and moody.
They are a little moody, yeah. So we got the Ironwood Golem, but it's also very like crunchy granola because it's a druid. It's all about like growing stuff.
I see. So it's not like totally goth. It's a little like a little bit more to it than that.
Imagine something off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like imagine like the one mainstream song that Oz would listen to from Buffy.
The only like really mainstream song that I remember appearing in Buffy, like one where I was like recognizable. One was like a Rilo Kiley song, but that's not relevant. That's a little too cool for retail. Do you remember the episode where Michelle Branch's "Goodbye to You" plays?
Yeah, I don't think that's this song, but
it's not this song, but
or this
something.
Deck.
Yeah, Can we just say that it's? I know they're not a retail rock band. Can we just say this deck is like No, I was gonna say Dingoes Ate My Baby from Buffy, but that might be a little. That might not be correct.
Let's see. I'm drawing like most of my deck here, and it's not going well.
What about Garbage?
Some Garbage.
No, I mean the band Garbage.
Yeah, no, I could see it.
Okay. They did appear in an episode of Buffy, the song "Temptation Waits."
Okay.
That feels pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Maybe not exactly retail rock, but you know, or maybe it is. I don't actually remember what the song sounds like though.
I don't remember most things about anything, so
that makes this deep nostalgia show very difficult.
Yeah. I think I'm almost dead.
That's not good.
I think I'm pretty much dead.
Someone's gonna need to bring you to life.
Oh god. Yeah.
Okay, wait, go.
Yeah. So
Greg, all of this time, I can't believe you couldn't see. The attack was right in front of the.
Wow. Really?
Not quite.
Yeah, that was kind of weak, G. Gonna be real with you. Wasn't impressed.
I'll work on the jokes for next time.
All right.
I'm here to get jokes.
Anyway, I'm about to die, so which means that the stream is about to end.
Which means that the stream is about to end, and we're about to hit an hour, so that sounds about right. So I guess while Greg finishes this up, we should say this is Whizbang Ladder Bros. We stream every week or every other week on this channel.
Usually early. It'll probably be like a Monday or a Tuesday.
Yeah, beginning of the week usually. You know, it is a stream where we do some random deck things in Hearthstone, and also discuss classic 2000s retail rock, and other references from days of past. That's really the heart of the show.
Yeah.
At its core. Definitely. So if you want to catch up with us, just give us a little like, give us a little subscribe, and you'll see when we're up.
Or follow us on the Twitter or the Facebook, and
we're on Twitter, LTRTcast. We're on Facebook, Left Trigger, Right Trigger.
You'll be able to see when we go live there too.
That's true. We will post when we go live. There's lots of ways to know when we're about to analyze your favorite 2000 song lyrics.
Yeah, your
and
absolute
also play
favorite.
Hearthstone.
And also
your absolute favorite one.
Your absolute must-haves. I think I'm actually dead now. Yeah, as long as he doesn't miss it. Well, let's see. Let's see what he does.
Taunts you. He just taunts you here.
Could just slow roll it out. Wow, he drew it right away. Wow.
He's gonna destroy you.
Oh yeah, that's a given.
That's a given. And also, chat. Remember, if you have a song from the 2000s retail scene that you want analyzed on the next episode of Bang Ladder Bros, throw it in the comments. Whether you're watching live now or watching on demand, we'll get to it and we'll pick a good one. So get that in there or tweet it, however you want to get to us. We're everywhere.
Yeah.
In fact, one could say that your hair is everywhere.
Wow. Anyway, that's great. I gotta go. We've been going on for... Oh, hey, we've hit the hour mark. All right, bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Thanks for joining us.
Here, there's the camera. Bye.
Wake me up.
Can't wake up in...